Well, here we have a article, I guess you could say. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC, said she wasn't sure if an intercultural, interracial relationship would be the right fit for her. Wow, how racist of you. AOC told GQ she had doubts about whether an interracial relationship was the right fit for her. The Congresswoman has known her partner, Riley Roberts, who is white, heaven forbid, since they were in college. The couple became engaged in April 2022. She shared in a new interview that she had initial doubts about whether an intercultural or interracial relationship would be the right fit for her. The Congresswoman told GQ in an interview published on Wednesday, September 7th, that her relationship with Riley Roberts, who is white, sparked questions about her identity and belonging. AOC is Niorgan? I'm actually not familiar with that one. A person of Puerto Rican descent, born and raised in New York. Throughout her political career, she has faced racist and sexist attacks from the right-wing trolls and politicians alike. Oh my goodness, how dare she! Oh God. Continue on. AOC met Roberts when they were both 19 as undergrads at Boston University. When they started dating, neither could foresee how their lives would change. For him to experience us dating when I was still working as a waitress and a bartender, through now and seeing how the world responds to me, I think it's been a very eye-opening experience for him as well. Roberts, a web designer, has largely remained out of the spotlight, even as AOC has skyrocketed to become one of the most well-known figures in politics. Yeah, she's one of the most well-known, but she's not known for her brains. And she's also a leftist loony. But anyways, in Take Up Space, a biography about AOC's political rise, her friend Eric Baker describes Roberts as one of the Congresswoman's sparring partners. Riley's just as smart as anyone you've ever met, probably smarter, but he would actively say things just to stir the pot. He enjoyed intellectual combat, and I think she enjoyed his pushback. It hasn't done much for her. The Congressman explained to GQ that in the beginning of their relationship, she was unsure whether an intercultural, interracial relationship would be right for her. She also expressed initial fears that her relationship would change once she decided to run for office. I think it causes a conflict within them that they didn't even anticipate. Said about some men who date successful women. It's not even a deception. It's just they uncover insecurities that they didn't even know were there. But she said Roberts has been one of the her staunchest supporters throughout her career. This entire thing goes into something completely different. Now, there is entire articles, studies, and all this type of stuff of men dating of women who earn a lot more and are politically a lot more. They a lot of times want a guy who earns more than them. And it's just a thing. And she's going off, they called this whole entire thing, men who date, that men who date successful women are somehow intimidated, that they just don't understand the dynamics. They're pushing women's ideologies, or what women are looking for in a man, on what men look for in women, which are two different things. And they just get, it's so that women like AOC just don't get it. He's been so supportive and willing and deeply engaging. He's not a witness to this. He dives into the fray for himself, and that he uses what we go through as opportunities for personal growth. And it's incredible, she said. I think it's helpful and important to talk to other white people about racism. And I think a lot of people, they don't want to be racist, Roberts said in an Instagram story. Actually, most whites aren't racist. Even conservatives. I'm sorry, Mr. Roberts. That's just the truth. If you can't accept that, then you're the one that needs to take a harder look at what's going on. AOC told GQ that she never considered marriage as an inevitable part of her life. When Roberts told her his New Year resolution for 22 was to be engaged by the end of the year, she didn't immediately jump into the idea. Right here, it's that successful woman. She's not 100% sure. Roberts, sorry, run. She's not for you. It's not going to work. I'm telling you now. If you hear this, it's not going to work. Especially right here. No, this is what she said. And I said, oh, really? Well, you're going to have to woo me. You're going to have to convince me. After all this time, why should I? Yeah. Red flags, red flags, red flags. Sorry. Mr. Roberts, run. I'm telling you now, run. But they became engaged in April this year during a vacation to Puerto Rico. And she goes, I feel like I won the men lottery of my life. Describing other men in her life who she admires, including her father, cousins, chief of staff, yada, yada, yada. But what gets me about this entire thing is, no, this intercultural relationship would be a right fit for her. Imagine Cruz saying this about a woman. Oh my goodness, the left would be completely triggered, insane, and just going off the deep end about how racist. I'm sorry, she's racist on this. And yet, what gets me even more is the fact that the left will defend this racism. That they actually don't care that it's racist. And it boils down to another thing I do believe strongly. It's not the message. The message, especially the left, could care less about. It's who says it and where that person is, whether they are part of the little narrative or not, as to whether or not the person's racist or they defend him and all this other type of stuff. And this is a perfect example. This entire article defending her questioning about having an intercultural relationship. Is it actually interracial? Is it actually intercultural? She's been in New York. I mean, she says she's Puerto Rican, but she grew up in New York. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. What do you think? I'm Grid 7 on YouTube, also on Rumble. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you next video.